Mercedes Mone just shot back at the critics and criticism. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what she had to say, because there are people who love Mercedes Mone and there are people who hate Mercedes Mone. A lot of people think that she's overrated. A lot of people think she's underrated. I personally, big fan. I believe she's one of the best female wrestlers, one of the best wrestlers in the entire business right now. And no doubt, she is one of the biggest female stars in all of pro wrestling. And I can understand the criticism from fans regarding her AEW run, some of the things that she's done in WWE. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why she is the highest paid female star in all of pro wrestling. There is a reason why when she left WWE, there was a bidding war within her for her services between WWE, New Japan, and AEW. That is why, even though she was on the sidelines with a severe injury that resulted in her being away from in-ring action for almost a year, there was continuation and there was always talk between all three promotions with Mone, right? And I think in a large way, Mone brings a different style. She brings a more hard-hitting style. Everything that she does, it looks legit. It looks like a shoot, right? And it also backs into the character of a Mercedes Mone, the CEO, or Sasha Banks, the boss, where she runs things and she wants to bring an edge to a very, very confident persona. And she hits that on all cylinders, whether it be promos or her in-ring matches. That's why I think she was able to work the WWE style, but then she transitioned to Japan/Stardom, and she did such a great job in that transition because her work backed up. The promos, pretty similar to what she was able to do in with everyone else, right? Like, you notice when you have foreigners go, or Americans or Canadians or whoever, right, go to Japan, they have this style about their promos. It's very loud, it's very edgy, right? Mostly cuss words. But her style matched up. And so when she went to AEW, her style also matched up. Anyways, I wanted to talk about that for a reason, because it leads into today's topic. Now, if you didn't know, there was an incident a few years ago, and that is the genesis of this, because she was on Hot 97 doing an interview, and she was talking about the criticism about being labeled an unsafe worker by fans, because fans have criticized her for various reasons over the years, including being labeled an unsafe worker following a WWE live event in December of 2017 when she was working a match with Saraya, aka Paige. Now, during this 6-woman tag team match, Mone hit Saraya in the neck, and the match had to be stopped because Saraya was hurt. Now, this was a year after Saraya had been sidelined with a neck injury, and this led to Saraya being medically retired due to her being diagnosed with spinal stenosis. Now, this is something that Sting and Adam Copeland and various other stars have been dealt with in the past, only to be medically cleared. Well, that also happened to Saraya because she returned to in-ring action in 2022. And Mone was asked about this label and the incident in general. She said, "I was so depressed by it. That definitely sent me into a spiral of depression because wrestling has always been my biggest goal and dream, and I've always wanted to be the greatest at it. So to hear any kind of noise that people might think that you're not safe, it wasn't even the boys in the back, it was just the fans thinking you're not safe. It's scary sometimes, but that's the business that we are in. You never know when you're going to get hurt or when you're going to have a sprain or something like that. Break a neck, break a knee. It's just business. You have to go out there knowing that you're going to put your life on the line. But we do everything we can to protect each other, and unfortunately, that happened, and she's 100% right. Now, Mone, she most recently returned to in-ring action at Double or Nothing, obviously winning the TBS Championship from Willow Nightingale. Now, at Forbidden Door, she went over Stephanie Valkyria and won the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, a championship that she was originally supposed to win a year ago at a New Japan match, or a New Japan show in a match against Willow Nightingale, in which she had to literally call an audible on the fly because she suffered such a devastating injury, resulting in Willow going over instead and winning the championship. But in all reality, when she was working with New Japan, look, she went over there, she did the Stardom thing, she did the IWGP Women's Championship thing, and then when she was coming over to the United States, prior to signing with AEW, obviously a year ago, the idea was, well, she was going to be the New Japan Strong Women's Champion. Now she is. Now let's talk about this. So the injury with Saraya. I think it was a situation where they were in the corner, and I think Monet put up her knees, and that's what drilled Saraya in the back. Either way, Saraya had a lot going on personally and physically at the time. And the fact that she was already having neck issues doesn't help anything. I mean, she started wrestling at a very, very young age. I mean, people don't realize, but she's still very, very young, but she's just been doing this for so long that you think she's a lot older than she is because she's such a veteran and she's such a very crafty veteran, right? But I don't think it's I don't think it's fair to say that Monet is an unsafe worker. I just don't. Things happen in the ring. Seth Rollins, he dealt with a very, very similar situation. Night of Champions, 2015. Sting, championship match. Sting's last WWE match, right? He did the buckle bomb. He's done that move 1,000 times. Well, what happened? Sting, he suffered a really serious injury, right? He was severely hurt. He was later deemed medically unqualified to wrestle due to spinal stenosis. Look at his match with Finn Balor. SummerSlam, inaugural Universal Champion, crowned. Finn Balor won the championship. He had to vacate the title the next night. He took a buckle bomb, but it was on the barricade. He did something to his shoulder. Things happen. It's gonna happen. It's pro wrestling. You've heard this cliche your entire life. I know I have. Wrestling is not ballet. It's not. And just because someone works a more legit style doesn't mean that they're unsafe. We have seen instances where a style may look super real, and they're some of the safest workers in the entire business. Then you have wrestlers who their moves doesn't look real, but they are a legit shoot, and they end up hurting people, right? Like it's reverse. And you have to go back to the genesis of pro wrestling, right? They staged contests in which were supposed to be real and were real at one point. But then everyone was like, we're doing this night in, night out. We're all getting banged up for little pay. Why don't we just start working everybody? And that's how pro wrestling got into sports entertainment, right? Or predetermined, right? However, I'm trying not to be disrespectful. However phrase you want to say it, it's pro wrestling, right? We all love it. We all get it. We understand it. But don't go out there and criticize this woman, especially for something that happened in 2017. Like, let's move on, shall we?
Hey, y'all, real quick, make sure you join the movement and join everyone in smashing, obliterating that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. Hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you all so much for your support and help changing me and my family's life, and I will see y'all next time.